Football and sales are the same thing to me. And that's what I love about recruiting. It's a hard sell.
Is it important to be happy to play well?
Why should I go to your college over someone else's? You just need the magic ingredient, and that's time. The outside world sees the honor code as a disadvantage. I see the honor code as your greatest advantage.
Life is a pitch. It's simply that. It is a pitch, and it is fun. Let's make sure that you're being sold what you want and you're selling what you actually want to sell. I really just love selling. It's the easiest thing on the planet if you believe in yourself. Let's buckle up. By the way, my name's JL. This is Sell Anything.
Hey, welcome back to Sell Anything. I have with me Moose Bingham, the one and only. He's a punter. He's a punter coach. He's an entrepreneur. He owns all of these things in the world. He has a really cool wife, lives in Florida. Moose is great. And we want to hear all about Moose's story. War Room is a company you co-founded.
Yep.
You played for?
I played for BYU, Utah, and Snow College.
So we can see that he's not very loyal. Just kidding. He's very loyal. But Moose, tell us about you, dude. Like that was a really extravagant introduction because you're so good at so many things.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you ask many people in my life, they would not agree. They're like, he could kick a ball very far. That's about it.
That's a talent, Moose.
Yeah. And I was able to sell myself on that talent. That's the secret in life.
There we go. I agree.
So basically, to know my story, I was a chunky little child and never quite grew height, but I grew width.
Okay.
And so that was nice. Growing up in Draper, Utah was amazing, but it was a really competitive place. And you had to know exactly like what was going on, navigate it, because it's not like... It's an interesting place to grow up because you have a lot of wealth and then you've got a lot of people kind of posing wealth too. Mm. And so everyone wants to be have their kids play at the Division I level. Everyone wants their kids to be multimillionaires. Yeah. It's a very interesting, competitive place to grow up.
Yeah.
And what made it great for me is I didn't fit any of the molds. I was not a star quarterback. My idol growing up was Jeff Saturday. I wanted to be a center.
Who is Jeff Saturday, a center?
Jeff Saturday was the center for the Colts for Peyton Manning.
Okay.
And I was like, that is my idol right there. That's who I want to be in the football world.
Yeah.
And I just got to high school and our line was 6'5" across the board. And so it was 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", and I'm like, 5'10", not going to make it. So I had to take a good look at myself and be like, hey, what can I do that would contribute to a team that isn't pushing people around?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm a pretty good soccer player. So I learned how to kick.
Yeah.
And it opened tons of doors for me. I ended up being one of the top kickers in the country, got an opportunity to go to the University of Utah, played there for a little bit, left there, played at BYU, got in a little scuffle with the coach and went to Snow College and ended up blowing out my knee.
Shoot.
But from me blowing out my knee, it ended up me getting into War Room. It ended up just a lot of cool things happening. So every single setback I've had in my life has really allowed me to get to the next really vertical that really surpassed any possible future I had in the previous one.
I love it, dude. Setbacks lead to the next vertical or next path. I love that a lot. So here's my question. Tell us what War Room is, because War Room is actually really, really cool. It's actually super cool. So tell us about it.
So I think I have the coolest job in the world. So War Room, it's a CRM. Basically, we help college football teams with their recruiting. We help organize it. We help tell coaches where to go in the country. And through that, I've been able to sit down and work with Deion Sanders. We have Alabama. We've got Oregon, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, Duke, BYU. We've got about 40 clients right now that are all amazing. Yeah. And the sell for War Room has been really interesting. So I was always interested in recruiting. And at BYU, we had this software called BAM, BYU Athlete Manager is what it was called.
Really romantic.
Yes. I was like, oh, got to manage those athletes.
Yeah.
But with that, it was really funny. There was this kind of quirky guy that would show up all the time. Mm-hmm. And I just put my desk at the very front of the facility so that anyone that came through, I could talk to him and be like, who are you?
Yeah.
And so this guy came in and his name was Randy. And I'm like, what do you do, Randy? He's like, I built BAM. I'm like, okay, who else uses this? Yeah. He's like, nobody. He's like, college coaches, they swear, they're a little bit crass. I don't like dealing with them. I was like, I would love to deal with them.
These are my people.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And so I was coaching at BYU at the time, ended up leaving, and we decided to grow a war room together.
Yeah.
And so I got equity in the company, and it's been a really fun adventure.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
That's cool, man. No, it's in my mind, the way I envision it, and I could be way wrong, but in my mind, basically it ranks the athletes from 5-star down to no star, right?
Nope.
It doesn't even do, so I'm way wrong.
Yeah. So we give access to public data for schools, and they do all the rankings of it.
Really?
Yeah. And so I could tell a school like, hey, you know what? JL's kid is a dog. They don't want to know what I think.
Yeah.
They want to put in their own thoughts, their own evaluations on kids.
Yeah.
And so we give them the tools to do that.
Okay. So they basically take a blank profile of a kid and say, hey, this is based off of public data. This is our conclusion that we're drawing from. And based off of how we've seen him play, this is what we think.
Yeah.
And when we were first chatting about it, when we were both at Clear, weren't you guys starting to pull stuff from social media too? Mm-hmm. And then you could like go off of character and go off of like, so cool, dude. So cool.
Every single school has a different way to recruit. And that's the really cool thing. I love the recruiting game. So another part of my background, I was at BYU and I was the recruiting coordinator there. I was coaching the kickers, punters, and snappers after I blew out my knee at Snow.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there, I'm like, this is so fun. How, like, we need everyone to do this.
Yeah.
Because you get to go in and watch a kid and watch them develop. And I just love the whole process.
Yeah.
And so the recruiting vertical is just a blast. But with that, you have to know what you're looking for. And that's what I love about recruiting. And it's a hard sell. Why should I go to your college over someone else's? So when I was at BYU, I'm sitting there talking to kids. I'm like, hey, do you like having sex, drinking? Do you like parties? This is not the school for you.
You should not come here.
But you're really good at football and I really want you to come.
Yeah.
Can you give those things up for a few years? No? Awesome. Next kid.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like missions too. Like getting kids to go on a mission. Do you like watching TV? Do you like doing things? Do you like having spare time?
Yeah.
Let's go on a mission. It's so fun.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like alone time? Let's have someone sit next to you all the time. You know, in the mission, you're like, I just got to go to the bathroom and be alone for a minute, please.
Yeah. It happens, man. You just need that breather to be like, okay, time out. What's happening right now? This is a little bit wild.
Yeah. But that was like one of my first sells was the mission. And then the second sell was get kids to go to BYU. When you put it in that context of, do you like to do all the things that normal American teenagers like to do? Yeah.
Okay, you cannot come here. So but again, that kind of goes to what you were saying with, you got to know exactly who you're recruiting. So the demographic that you're going after are probably kids who also want to go on a mission. Or how did that work when you, like, let's just talk common stuff. Former quarterback, Jake, I can't even say his last name because it's way harder than mine.
Retzloff.
That's a hard name, bro. Retzloff is a hard name.
You served a mission in Russia.
But that's not Russian. That's like, you know what? That actually does sound a little bit Russian. You're right. That is that. So all the stuff that's going on around him, how does one get him to come to BYU? He's a Jewish kid. That's like the opposite of being Christian almost.
Yeah.
Not the opposite, but different ends of the spectrum.
Well, in selling with BYU, it was a really easy sell for me. Yeah. The outside world sees the honor code as a disadvantage. I see the honor code as your greatest advantage.
Cool. Tell me more.
So with the honor code, you have kids that aren't partying every single night. They can actually focus on our goal to win a football game.
Yeah.
You have dudes that are dedicated. And more than that, when you're done with school, you have kids that are doing amazing things. Yeah. So it's not just a 4-year decision. Your teammates, like many of my teammates are multi-millionaires. Yeah. And I can call them up. I can get into rooms. Yeah. That makes a huge difference. When I was trying to get a job, all of a sudden they're like, hey, you were able to have enough character, have enough commitment to do this for 4 years. We want you on our team. Yeah. And so huge. With the honor code, it was a huge, huge advantage. And I played at BYU. I played at Snow College as well. Yeah. Or I played at Utah and Snow College. But I felt like at BYU, you had a better chance for success on and off the field because of the honor code if you followed it.
Dude, that makes a ton of sense to me, man. I'm biased, right? Because I was raised inside of the LDS religion and still in the LDS, just send a son on a mission. Like, so I can see it. But if you're playing the game of recruiting and you're talking to some kid from the Midwest who has never heard even about the Mormons or the LDS, and you've got to explain to him the honor code and why it is a competitive advantage, like, do that just for fun. Like, you kind of just did it, but give me more of an in-depth to it.
So recruiting a kid from the Midwest, like I've played with kids from Indiana and like all over, and you just want to bring kids in that'll be a positive force in your culture that can handle it. And so if I'm recruiting a kid like that, I'm like, hey, do you want to go somewhere where you're not going to have to deal with baby mamas of your teammates, and you're not going to have to deal with your teammates coming in drunk and throwing up or whizzing on your bed or whatever. Yeah. One of my best friends, he was at Notre Dame. Yeah. His teammate was drunk, came home, whizzed on his bed. And like that happens all the time. You can go somewhere, you can be focused, and you can be around a community that's focused and has a singular goal of getting better. So is that something you're interested in? And if the kid's like, no, I want to party, fantastic. Yeah. I don't have to waste energy on you. Yeah. Yeah. But that was such a magical thing because a lot of kids knew what the LDS church was about, knew what BYU was about. Yeah. And it's like, I can either do it or I can't. Yeah. But if you want to be the best football player possible, you can go to BYU and be that. You can play the best teams. I played against Wisconsin, Notre Dame, just massive, massive teams. Yeah. And now their schedule's even better. Yeah. Yeah. Now they have NIL. Now they have things. I don't think there's a better place to play than BYU if that's what you want. But that's the cool thing. Every single human being on this earth, they have different things they're looking for. They have different things they want. Right. They have different things that'll make them successful and make them happy. Right. And so BYU isn't for everyone. True. There's a lot of kids where I'm like, you should go to Duke. Yeah. You should go to Texas A&M. You should go to USC. Yeah. And they'll be way happier there. Yeah. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for places to make players the happiest.
I like that. Place. Okay. So is it important? I'm just going to play off of that last statement. Is it important to be happy to play well? Like, is all the kids you've seen, all the people through the program, is there like a correlation between satisfaction, joy, and happiness and performance?
So you had Trost on recently, right?
Yes. Very joyous.
Very joyous. One of my favorite human beings.
Mine too. Yeah.
So he talked about what happens when your wife is sad at home. Yeah. What happens with that?
It doesn't go well, sir.
It doesn't go well.
For anybody.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're having different things take you off of the football field, take your mind away from it. If you're dealing with drama from your girlfriend, if you're dealing with your parents asking for money, if you're dealing with X, Y, and Z.
I didn't even think of that equation, dude. Because you're right. In our culture, dude, most of those people are boosters that their kids are playing for BYU. They don't have to ask for money. They got money. Yeah. Because they're so focused. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think of that part.
And that when I was playing, it was a real thing. Some of my teammates, they had to go wrestle minks on the mink farm and make sure no one was coming and stealing those. And so they'd go and from midnight to 5 a.m. Just guard mink farms.
At Snow College?
No, that was at BYU.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a mink farm here in Utah County?
Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah. We need to get him a lock cop. Yeah.
That actually would be a great one. Yeah. So, but a lot of the teammates I played with, they didn't have enough money to do A, B, C, or D. Yeah. And so what I also love about football is you go into that room, you all have a singular goal to win a championship, but you have so many different people coming in. So like Devon Blackman was one of my favorite teammates I had. Yeah. He came in, he's from California, played at Oregon, went to JUCO, Riverside Community College, and then showed up at BYU. And he's like, Moose, be honest with me. You've never had sex. And I'm like, no. And he's like, how much weed have you smoked? I'm like, none. Doesn't sound appealing. Yeah. And he's like, mind blown. Cause he's like, I was having sex at like 12. And I'm like,
that blows my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, this is a different culture. Yeah. I've had teammates that were Muslim. I've had coaches that were Muslim. I'm like, tell me about it. How'd you come to that conclusion that that's a great thing? Yeah. And they're like, well, let's talk about it. And so it breaks down barriers. It used to be in the 1960s that bowling alleys were the community center for all of basically humanity in the United States. Yeah, the downfall of bowling alleys has been interesting because you can't go to places anymore where it's a level playing field. And so the more level playing fields and the more communication you have, the better a society you'll be. And so that's what I want to bring back. You can see it in pickleball a little bit.
Yeah.
But it really divides our culture when you don't have level playing fields for people to come in and communicate and see where other people are coming from. Because part of sales is understanding where that person's been and be in their shoes for a moment.
Empathy, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a big part of it. Wild. Okay. So there's so many things that are going on in my mind right now. And partially some of it is that I'm biased because I'm a BYU fan. And when you say we have a common goal of winning a championship, that's been my common goal the whole time. We've never done it, which is not a bad thing.
Sure.
But tell me, if that's the common goal right out the gates, what do they do to cultivate that culture? Like Kalani Sitake's a stud. I've met him a few times. He's just a stud, dude. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Or just kind, because he's got fire in his belly for sure. And I think if you cross him, it's probably not a good thing.
No.
But he's just a kind dude. What does he do to build the culture inside of BYU and then at Utah and then with these other schools that you're working with? What are they doing? Like Alabama, super big culture of winning. They're on the platform. Like, what do you see? What are the common threads?
So every single school has a different way to get to that championship area.
Okay.
Some schools I've dealt with, it's just, we're going to have better talent than you.
Okay.
And we can control that talent. Other schools, we are going to have better processes and procedures. So we know that we can plug anyone into the system and they're going to know what to do. So football is really interesting because it's like playing chess, but the pieces have their own free will. So you can have the best offensive coordinator in the country and draw up the best plan against a defense that's coming at them. But your offensive line could do different things. Your quarterback could check out of the play. Yeah. Your receiver could run the wrong route.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes football so special.
Yeah.
Because if one person isn't going towards the goal, you're all in trouble. So everyone tries to capture that magic sauce. But the other thing that happens is there's so much inconsistency in college. The average head coach is at a university 3.1 years now. The average assistant coach, it's about 1.9 years.
Really?
And so building a culture is tough when you have moving pieces, not just players, but coaches and personnel and equipment managers and everyone. So the head coach has to have such a strong vision and everyone has to buy into it to a realm that is just almost unachievable. And it's the same thing with business.
Right, right.
If you're sitting there, I was consulting a company just barely, and they are switching where they want to go every single day. And I'm like, okay, so you're this type of company now. And they're like, yeah. We're 100% on this path.
Is this Clear Home?
It's a different company, but they're pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and pivoting. If you want to be a true entrepreneur, you have to go get your minimum viable product and you have to really see that through. And if it's not working, you need to pivot quickly.
Right.
But you can't have 10 ideas and be going 10 different directions.
Yeah.
Let's all be rowing the boat in the right direction.
Going hand in hand with what you said. If a receiver runs the wrong route, lineman does this, we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, dude. It is the exact same. Okay. So when policies, procedures, systems, and then high performing people, it's the schools like Alabama that kind of did both.
Yeah. So Alabama, what made them so successful in this last little era is
Nick Saban.
Well, one, it's Nick Saban. Two is players' patience.
Yeah.
When players understand that they're going to go and achieve their goal of going to the NFL, if they're patient and they wait. So like Najee Harris, for example, the starting running back for the Chargers, he had to wait 2 years before getting starting reps.
Yeah.
And he was the number one running back in his class. But he had no problem doing that. He was like, I will play special teams. I will get it done.
Yeah.
any way I can to make this team get to where they need to go. Because when my time comes, I'm going to have people behind me, pushing me and helping me where I want to go. And so when everyone's bought into the vision and understands that their portion is going to make a championship,
Yeah.
that's when magic happens.
Okay.
And so
That makes sense to me, dude.
Yeah.
So he bought into the long-term vision, which goes along with what you're saying at the 3.1 years of a college coach being there. If you think about the dynasties in college athletics, LaVell Edwards was there forever. And that's when BYU was very good consistently.
Sure.
In theory, for the most part. But yeah, actually.
They were
really,
great.
Yeah, really good. And then you have Wooden is not football, but he was at UCLA forever.
How long did it take Wooden to win his first championship?
Years, man. Like 7.
I think it's a little bit more, honestly.
It was a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Because he won 10 national championships in 12 years. Like, so he had to run, but it was building that vision and just holding it for a while. Saban was at Alabama for a long time. Who else are the only one who really does it like crazy is Urban Meyer, dude. He comes in, shakes something up real quick, and then I'm out.
Yeah. But are his true dynasties?
No.
How do you define a dynasty?
Tell me. What do we got?
Everyone defines it a little bit differently, but I usually go over a 10-year period.
Okay.
So if you can be successful over 10 years, but Saban, he works and Urban Meyer works as well.
Yeah.
But are you willing to sell out, bring everyone in for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and then be done with it because it's so competitive, so insane. And they just can't keep going. They go at a level that's so high that it's not sustainable. And you can see that in companies too. You'll see a company come in, they'll rock it for 3, 4, 5 years, and then it'll implode because internally everyone can't keep it sustainable.
I'm listening and I'm just like computing a bunch of things. Okay. So how is that applicable? Let's talk dynasties a little bit more over a 10-year period. So War Room, what's the long-term vision for War Room? We staying with War Room for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So War Room, we want to get every single college on the platform.
Yeah.
And the thing that will win for that is time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like I've done some door-to-door sales and you deal with that person for maybe an hour and then you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
Or you might see them at some point somewhere.
Yeah.
With my clientele, I've had clientele that have gone from Eastern Carolina to Duke to Texas A&M. And I want my clients to be so happy with me that they bring me to every single next place they go. So a client isn't worth $100 or $1,000 to me. They're worth $100,000 in annual revenue.
Yeah.
Because every single place they go, they're going to sign a 3 to 5 year contract.
Yeah.
And when they go to the next place, they're going to use me again.
Interesting. Dude, that makes a ton of sense to me.
So my sales a little bit different. And with sales of that type, I think it's really important to be authentic. I think it's really important to be friends with people. And it's really important that your product makes them look like a superstar. Because if you make them look like a fool when they're at Eastern Carolina, they're not taking you to Duke.
That's true, dude. Yeah. They're like, we're not taking War Room. They made us look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So I love that our product, we've only lost 3 clients the whole time we've had it, and it was due to coaching changes. And everyone that was at that school, they just got a new staff.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, here's your option. They're like, no, we're good right now.
Yeah.
But everyone that left that area took us with them to the next 5 schools.
So technically you didn't lose any. You're net 3 or net 2. Lost
Exactly.
3, but got 5.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. That's cool, man. That's really powerful. So you said authentic. It's really important to be authentic. It's really important to be one of the other 2. There were 2 more.
I would have to rewind it back.
Dakota will get it for us.
Authenticity, friendship, and product that makes you look like a superstar.
Valid. These are good things.
Yeah.
And we'll probably edit that part out where he's like, but okay. So authentic, friendship, and a product that makes you look like a superstar.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for winning, dude. Really simple. Even on a team.
Yeah.
Even like Najee Harris, you're going to look like a superstar inside of the product of Alabama because of the systems we have in place. Like, and there's probably, was there friendship? Are there friendships on these teams? Are they homies, or is there a lot of backbiting?
So it depends on the team.
Right.
I mean, I was friends with every single person on my team.
With everyone, Moose. Right out there, you're so friendly.
Actually, I had one teammate. He was super funny. It was he was a running back at BYU with me, and I just felt so blessed to be at BYU because I had some major injuries growing up. I dislocated my neck. I broke my femur.
Dislocated your neck?
Yeah, I switched C1 and C2.
How did you do that?
Running under a tramp while my family was jumping, and they landed on my head a bunch of times, and I thought it was hilarious. And I was
bad idea, Moose.
Yeah, I was a dumb little kid.
Yeah, okay.
Little Oompa Loompa running under there. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I just was so grateful every single day going into workouts and stuff. I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life. I have no business being here.
Yeah.
And this player, he's like, I bet I could say anything to you and you wouldn't take it offensive. And I'm like, of course you could. You're one, genuinely a great human being.
Yeah.
And two, I don't think you'd mean it.
Yeah.
And three, I really don't care because I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
And so he started testing me. Every time I see him, he'd be like, F you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, love you too, buddy. And it kept escalating to the point he'd said some nasty stuff.
Yeah.
And I just laughed.
Yeah.
But we're still great friends to this day. I'll call him up every once in a while. I'm like, how's it going in the NFL? He's like, great. He's like, and F you. I'm like, okay.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. People are funny. That makes me laugh. I almost want to know who it is. Can we know who it is? Probably not.
I'll tell you after.
That's fair. That's fair. I have an idea. I think I know who it is. I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Not now, but after.
All right.
What years did you play?
So I played at Utah 2012 to 2012 going into 13. I played at BYU 13, 14. I played at Snow College 15, and then I blew out my knee at Snow College in 2015.
And wasn't it like on a celebration?
That's the best way to go out.
We was telling about how you blew your knee out.
So it was a really rough season actually, because I had gotten in a fight with my head coach.
At BYU or at Snow?
At Snow.
Okay.
Yeah. Just hothead Moose.
Yeah.
Not really, but
I've never seen you get mad.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, I told my parents, I'm like, it's not even worth coming to the game. I'm probably not going to play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm dressing. I shouldn't even go to this game.
Yeah.
So go to the game, and the kid that the coach decided to put over me missed 2 field goals in a row. And this is a tight game. This is to go to a major bowl game and to win our conference.
Yeah.
And he is livid, and he's like, Moose, go in there. And I'm like, let's go. Here we go. Yeah. So I go in, I hit a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And I was laughing when I ran out there. The other team was like, it's a new kicker. They're probably like moving guys around. He's going to do a fake. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Y'all are too big. Because I've got like Garrett Bowles in front of me. And I'm like, who ended up playing for the Broncos, just signed another huge deal. And I'm like, I don't even want to be on this field, honestly. I might die.
Yeah.
And then I hit a 52-yard field goal after that. And the coach was livid because he was trying to make a decision whether to kick a field goal or not. Mm-hmm. And I independently was just like, field goal, field goal, field goal. And everyone listened. Yeah. Went out, nailed the field goal. And I was so excited that I went, and one of my teammates was like, side bump. I'm like, let's go. Yeah. And so I did a side bump, and he launched me 10 feet in the air. And I was like, oh, this is a little high. And then I'm like, this is really high. And I landed, and I dislocated my knee. Yeah. And because my quad was so strong, I was squatting about 650 at that point.
That's a ton of weight, Moose.
Yeah. Yeah. So my tibia and fibula went out, and then my quad caught it and pulled it back in and smashed it into my femur. So I tore my ACL, MCL, 2 meniscus. I dented my femur, and I tore all the cartilage off the bone.
All from a side bump.
Yeah.
52-year-old yard field goal side bump.
But it was the greatest blessing of my life.
Okay. How come?
I was probably going to go to Utah State, but then I met my wonderful wife going to BYU. I went back to BYU because Bronco had just left and Kalani took the job. Yeah. And I knew Kalani from Utah. Yeah. And so I go in, and he's like, hey, Moose, I want you to coach our kickers.
Yeah.
I want you to run our recruiting.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a new guy coming in, show him the ropes. Let's do this. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because while I played at BYU, I also helped run recruiting.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I was on staff getting paid while playing.
So you were NIL before NIL was a thing.
Yeah, basically. So NCAA is probably going to come after me now.
Nah, it's cool. Whatever.
But because my knee got blown out, I was able to go into War Room. I was able to do all these things. And so it's just going back to like all these setbacks are really blessings.
Yeah.
You just need the magic ingredient, and that's time.
Yeah. 100%.
And so when you put time on anything, it's going to make those plants grow.
That's beautiful, dude. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So let's talk 2 seconds. So you played under Bronco.
Yes.
Okay. And then you went to Snow, blew out your knee. Kalani, when does Kalani come into?
2015.
2015. Okay. So when
For the 2016 season.
So when I was in high school, and I've told this story to my kids 100 times, but I think it's the coolest story on the planet. Mm-hmm. So Kalani's cousin or nephew, I had to get him confused. Family.
Okay.
He was on the line in my high school team. And so when Kalani was playing for BYU, like he would make a big deal about, that's my cousin. And I'm like, well, you do have the same last name, so you're probably right. Like, so I was like, okay, cool. And so I would pay closer to attention to Kalani because he was playing fullback, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he got hit so hard one time, like obliterated. And he was off the ground and back up pounding his chest before the whistle blew. I was just like, this guy is nuts. And like an instant fan from then. Like they hit him so hard, but he was back on his feet, like ready to go, that I was like, he's not human.
Dude, you're just a fullback fan.
Dude, Mike Allstott, dude. I love him.
Oh, dude.
Just you block, I'll run behind you, dude.
I got a funny fullback story. So I had just transferred from Utah and I just got to BYU. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there and we're doing kickoff. And so I'm kicking off to the first team and I'm excited. I'm like, I'm going to show everyone here how good of a player I am.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete. I've got weight on for my mission. I walked home from my mission at 142 pounds.
Wish I weighed that in 9th grade.
Dude. Yeah. I showed up at Utah and the coaches were like, you're gray shirting. Sorry, buddy. And I'm like,
Gray shirting.
Gray shirting means you take under 12 credit hours and you join the team in the spring.
Really?
Yeah. So I still did all the team stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like, if we put you on the field, you will die.
140. Dude, you're a lineman's thigh.
Oh, dude. I was. Anyways, so we go to do this kickoff and I place this perfect, just chef's kiss. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yes. Goes right in the corner between the 2.5 and goal line.
Yeah.
Like they have to return it.
Yeah.
And my guys are going to get them.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they run a reverse and it's Paul Lasike and Adam Hine running right at me.
Yeah.
And Paul Lasike, he's a national championship rugby player that just retired this last year, ended up playing fullback for the Bears.
Okay.
And I know none of this.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have whispered in my ear, said,
don't hit a Moose.
Hey,
don't hit a Moose.
This is such a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, got to prove yourself. So I'm running at him. Yeah. Everyone else is on the other side. He's got the returner behind him and he's getting closer. And I'm like, he's getting bigger and he's getting closer. And I'm like, that young man is getting much bigger.
Yeah.
And when he was about 5 yards away, I was in his shadow and I'm like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're committed. So I went full force into this man's head.
Yeah.
And I bounced back, got 10-toed in the air, and I saw the sky, and I'm like, am I dead? And then I look to my right, and I see Bronco Mendenhall take the whistle out of his mouth and say, what were you thinking? And I'm like, I thought I was going to impress you, coach. But I got to see them run right into the end zone, right behind my beautiful tackle.
You crushed it, Moose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst, dude.
Oh,
that is the worst. There is very few times, but when they do happen, when your physical power that you brought to the table was completely outmatched. And you're like, I'm completely inadequate. But it's one of the most humbling feelings of like, I probably shouldn't even showed up. I don't even know what happened.
I like it that you say that very few times. My wife would be like, yeah, whenever your friends come over, I don't understand. Cause I'm like, what up, buddy? What up, bro? Good to see you.
But I never played D1. I'm sure it would have happened a ton more if I played D1, but like it has happened. And it usually was to a kid who went D1. And I was like, yeah, it
happens, but it's so cool because you get to see what they got to do.
Yeah.
That they actually maximize their talents.
Oh, dude, it's the coolest thing on the planet.
And you're just so proud of them. You're like, I'm so happy that you're not like just a knucklehead and doing dumb things.
Yeah. But on the other side of that token is being so proud of like what you tried to do. Right. And here's what I mean by that. So my son, they just left on a mission. You know who Aaron Dunn is?
I do.
So Aaron Dunn, I coached him in basketball just for a little bit. And then he like outgrew all of us, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a freakishly large human and strong. And he's just a good kid.
Very good kid.
He's a good kid. And so Salem, where my kid played, was playing Spanish. And my son plays linebacker. And he and Aaron had played basketball together because whatever. So they're acquaintances. They hadn't hung out a ton. But every time Aaron had to block him, dude, I was just like, sorry, Riker. I would just watch it go down and Riker would give it everything he had and Aaron would just be like, sorry, dude. See ya.
Dude.
It's the worst feeling.
That reminds me, when I was 14, I was playing Little League football.
Yeah.
And I'd never had this happen since. My mom was watching and I saw her turn around and go to the car. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I was playing center because Jeff Saturday, my idol.
Absolutely.
And I look across the line. There's this 6'3", 315-pound Polynesian.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
my mom doesn't want to watch this happen.
Yeah. She went to the car. She's like, my little baby's going to die. And I'm like, oh, not today. Luckily, this kid was slow as molasses. Yeah, didn't get in the backfield once, but I'm sitting there. I'm like, ha ha.
Oh, I love it, dude. Football is such a great sport. It reveals so much of what you got in the tank, dude.
Oh, well, football and sales are the same thing to me.
They are. Because
everyone comes in, they have an aptitude or they've got a blessed life or whatever to do it. But the people that are successful at football, the people that are successful at sales, the people that are successful at life, they work at it and they take the time to get it done.
It's true, man.
And that's what I love about sales. And that's what I love about football.
Yeah.
Because the people that come in with their natural talent, they're never successful.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
They just don't know how to work.
Right.
And if you can learn how to work and if you can learn how to be a great salesman, a great dad, a great person, you're going to have a much more superior life.
True, dude. Goes back to the idea of, and this is not a plug for BYU, but it goes back to the idea of just a principle aligned life, which BYU is the honor code. Just abiding by principles of success, man, and things get easier.
And the funny thing is, lots of schools have honor codes.
Right.
I mean, if you cheat at Virginia, you're kicked out.
Yeah.
Done.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Every single school. Notre Dame has an honor code.
Yeah. But you can pee on your roommate's bed.
Absolutely. Yeah, if he deserves it, just...
Checks out, dude. You get drunk, you pee on it.
Golden shower right there.
He said something to you didn't like, you pee on that bed.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, you need to find your own values. You need to find your own kind of railing so that you can be successful.
Right.
Because I haven't seen people be successful in the long run that are like, I can do anything I want. I can do whatever.
It's true, dude.
If you can put those railings in, you're going to have a much happier life.
Oh, it's so true, man. And not from a religious standpoint, but just from a scriptural standpoint. Like the whole idea of straight is the gate and narrow is the way is not just referring to, hey, you need to be baptized. It is referring to, if you want these things, it's going to take this, and this is the path you can walk down to get these things. You veer from this path too far, you won't get these things. Like it's in all of the things. You want these things in sales? You got to make sure you're doing your calls. You got to make sure you're following up. There are things on this path that need to be done. If you don't, you won't get the reward. You want it in fitness, you got to eat this. You got to do this. You got to do. It's Trevor Moawad. You ever heard of him?
No.
So Trevor Moawad is, bringing this to a sports context. He is Russell Wilson's mental coach.
I have heard of him.
He has since passed away.
Yes.
But he wrote a book called It Takes What It Takes. Mm-hmm. And it's literally that. It's, you do what's required, you get the reward. You don't do what's required, you have no promise, basically.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because you can't just do that by yourself either.
Right.
You have to have a group around you.
You need that environment for
like,
sure.
When you max out on bench, do you do that by yourself?
I don't ever max out because I'm always by myself, Moose.
Oh, no. If you were to max out, though, you need a spotter. You need people around you.
Agreed.
You need people to push you. I do so much better when people are pushing me, even if it's myself, if it's the clock. For like example, I ran a 5K the other day in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I did it in 24 minutes.
The other day?
A couple days ago.
Like, but just recently?
Yeah, like a month or two ago.
Moose, that's moving, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good pace.
Yeah, it was a very good pace. I was having fun.
I'm proud of you.
But
I'm sorry that I'm so surprised.
I'm sorry too.
I'm sorry
an
you're
athlete. I take on fullbacks. We know this for a fact.
Moose, I did not picture you as a runner. I pictured you as I squat 650.
I don't. After I blew out my knee,
Yeah.
not squatting 650 anymore.
Well, that makes sense too. But like, running is a skill set, dude. Like in my mind, you were just a meathead.
It's not a skill set. It's a determination set.
It's miserable. I don't agree with anything that's being said right now. Keep going.
Really?
I'm just kidding. Running is great. I have ran and I've enjoyed it. I hate it right now.
Okay.
But keep going. Sorry.
But with that, if I'm not competing with people, if I'm just by myself, I'll run it in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You need to have someone there. You need to have something going for you. And that's why surrounding yourself with the right people makes such a big difference. And that's why I love football.
Yeah.
Because you have built-in community, you have built-in players, you have built-in friends, you have built-in people to compete with.
Yeah.
And that's why I love sales.
Yeah. Me too.
Because there's going to be someone else knocking on their door later saying, hey, buy this.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, mine's better because I've done the research. I know my company backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a better life because of what I'm selling.
100%, dude. I like that. So tell me, in plugging yourself into an environment like that, how important is it? And this kind of goes back to the beginning of the conversation. If the kid isn't going to buy into the culture and they want to do all the things that are not the honor code, just using the same example, it's probably not a good fit. You try to plug someone into that environment who won't adhere to the environment, like, how does that go towards winning a championship?
So we call that the 10-80-10 rule. Okay. Urban Meyer actually said this at one point. So you've got 10% of your high performers, your elite people, and you'll see this in any organization.
Okay.
Then you'll have 10% of your lowest performers, guys that don't even want to be there. Their parents played at the school, whatever. And then you've got the 80% in the middle.
Yeah.
The goal of the 10%, if they're good, is to get the 80% with them. The goal of the other 10% of the bad is to get the 80% with them. There's always a struggle internally. In sales, if you can fire the 10% at the bottom and the new 10% instead of being here is here, you're in a much better position. In football, you'll cut the bottom 10%.
Yeah.
And you'll say, hey, this has been a good ride. You didn't do what you needed to do.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting in recruiting, like, you can see who those bottom 10% are, even if they're great on the football field.
Yeah.
If you go look in their car and it's just a mess, if you go look on their dorm room or their house in their room and their life isn't organized, you can see there's one portion of their life that's falling apart. What's the next portion that's going to go? And a lot of times it's either school or sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Do coaches look at that when they go out and recruit?
Smart coaches do.
Yeah.
But you have to go in and see, like, will this kid survive?
Yeah.
And will this be a great place for them? It's better to not take a kid than take a kid that's going to be miserable.
So this kind of goes along the idea of building a dynasty, right? So if there's that 10-80-10, and you fire that bottom 10, and then that 11 to 20 becomes the new bottom 10, but then you fire them. And so that top 10 has to keep getting better and better and better too. And that takes time.
That top 10 will bring in 11 through 20. And then they're going to compete with each other. And that 11 through 20 should bring in 21 through 30. And when you start getting that buy-in, it's just a snowball effect. And that's when teams become magical. Yeah. So you love BYU. BYU this last year, they weren't the most talented.
No. Like, did great.
Yeah, you look at how many draft picks they had, 0.
I did not even look at that, but that makes sense.
But they played as a team, played really well, and they were all bought in. And the 10% of the laggards weren't affecting the other 90%. And you had great leadership at the top 10%. Yeah. Every single business needs to adhere to that. Yeah. And it's a tough thing to let people go. It's a tough thing to do what you need to do. But when you do let those people go, they're so much happier.
It's true.
They're like, thank you for firing me.
Yeah. And the top 10% is so much happier.
Yeah. Because they don't have
the competition to fight for the other people. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense, dude. That's a really good principle. What other little nuggets you got in that dome of yours?
Dude, just some McDonald's nuggets here and there. They're delightful.
Yeah,
No,
they're delightful.
One of the big things for me is when I sit down with kids and I sit down with families, we do a top 10 rule. And how I came up with this is when I was dating to marry, I came up with a list of the 10 things I wanted in a wife.
Like non-negotiables.
Yep. Okay. So and my wife is all 10 of those things and then some. She's incredible. Do you remember them still? I have it in a note on my phone, actually.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I like it.
She actually saw it once and she brought it up and she's like, hey, what is this? And I'm like, and I was honest. I was like, absolutely. Yeah. This is what I'm looking for in a wife. And this is what I want. And this is what's going to make me successful. Yeah. And my wife successful in my future family. Yeah. And so when I sit down with college athletes, we actually do the same thing. What are the 10 things you're looking for in a college? What's going to make you the happiest? What are your non-negotiables?
Sells, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when I take kids to talk to college coaches, they have things to talk about with college coaches now. Yeah. I'm looking for a school that has a phenomenal strength staff. Yeah. What makes your strength staff better? I'm looking for a school with a winning culture. What does that mean to you, coach? Yeah. I'm looking for a school that's going to set me up for life. Not just these 4 years.
Probably. Or do the coaches want to run the table? Because in that regard, it feels like the players running the table a little bit.
So the coaches, their job is to get the kid in no matter what, once they've identified the right kid. Okay. If a kid's coming and asking those questions, it makes it way better. So
they're buying questions.
When I was at BYU, I had a kid come in a 3-piece suit, had a case, whatever it's called. Briefcase.
Monopoly case?
Yeah. Okay. And this kid shows up, tall kid, good looking athlete, puts his briefcase on my table.
Is there $1 million in it?
Well, he has a DVD of his highlight film. He has his transcripts in hand. He has a zip disk drive. And he said, I already filled out the questionnaire. BYU is a place I want to go for this reason, this reason, this reason. Uh-huh. And I'm like, you have impressed me because he separated himself from every kid coming in with his 100%. Pants to his ankles and just being a knucklehead. Yeah. And I'm like, this is who I want to represent my school at the end of the day.
Huh. Did he come into school?
Oh, I put his film in. He sucked, but that's beside the point. I was just like, what can you do? But
your presentation is excellent, sir. Your product needed some work.
And that happens.
Yeah, that does.
But I mean, it makes a huge difference. So when we know exactly what we're going for, that's when magic happens. Yeah. Like you look at sales. If you send a guy out on the doors and he's just like, I don't know, I'm here for whatever. But if you send a guy on the doors and they're like, I need to make $100,000 within the next 2 weeks because of this, and this, that's when you're going to have successful salesman. Yeah. They know why they're out there. They know what they're doing. Yeah. And their KPIs are just perfect.
So true, dude. So true. How often have you found that briefcase, 3-piece suit man presentation actually lines up that the product, once you watch his film, you're like, dang, dog. Like, are there those kids out there that come so prepared and so polished, and then they can back it up on the field too? Do you see that very often?
Yes, I do. So I was freshman with a guy named Fred Warner.
Okay.
And plays for the 49ers.
He's a linebacker.
Linebacker, all pro.
Yeah.
The best linebacker in the NFL.
He has
right
dreads now.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, okay. I know who Fred Warner. I like Fred Warner.
Fred Warner is a phenomenal human being.
Yeah, yeah.
But Fred Warner would be watching film when everyone else was hanging out with their girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
Fred Warner, he knew why he was at BYU.
Yeah.
And he would do the little things right. He's like, I have to start as a freshman. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this.
Yeah.
And then when he got to the NFL, it wasn't, I just got to the NFL. It was, I have to do this, 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 and this.
Did he set the I have to's on himself? Were they his own have to's?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he was a 3rd round pick. 3rd round picks are great. Mm-hmm. They're not expected to be all pros and perennial like all stars. Mm-hmm. Fred Warner is that, and then some because of his attitude. He has the physical tools, but
yeah,
his ability to break down an offense and know where they're going to go makes him elite, and it makes him get a step faster to anywhere anyone else could be. Mm-hmm. And so Fred was one of those kids where you're like, you can do it.
yeah,
And there's plenty of kids like that.
yeah,
There are the kids that are just natural freaks, but they don't end up panning out. So with me, for example, when I was in high school, I was like, my goal when I walk out of this high school is I want to be first team All-State, because we had a...
Did you go to Corner Canyon?
I went to Alta. Corner Canyon didn't exist yet.
You know Jaden Johnson?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You guys are about the same age.
He's a little younger than me,
Okay, sorry, keep going.
but that's okay.
I don't know how he ended up. Jaden has a sales training, actually. That's how he and he's a great salesman. That's how he ended up on the podcast. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But there was this wall that had every first team All-Stater on it. And my goal before I left there was to be on that wall. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, this is what it's going to take.
How much did you weigh in high school?
190 at the end.
Hold on, time out. You lost 50 pounds on your mission?
Oh, dude, I got down to 135 at one point.
Where did you go? Because you said, Mr. Saturday is my idol. I want to be a lineman. And then you tell me I got ran over by a rugby guy at 142. I was like, these are not lineman stats. So where did you go on your mission?
Oh, I went to Orlando.
So you gained weight in the South? I'm so confused right now.
So right before I left, my sister made a little comment. She's like, oh, you're going to be a big boy when you get back.
You're like, yeah, Saturday,
and I was like, man. Yeah. But I was like, oh, I don't want to be a big boy, and I want to be ready to walk into football.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't eat any sugar on my mission.
Shut up. Discipline, dude.
Yeah. I was like, I have to be able to go back in and like do what I need to do.
Yeah.
The problem was it was twofold. I didn't have any cars on my mission, and I'd cover multiple cities. So I would bike 50, 60 miles a day.
That'll get you.
And then on top of that, my mission president was like, Elder Bingham, people seem to like you. I don't get it. So I'm
He
gonna,
said that?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, he's a character. He was a running back coach at BYU. He's like, I don't like kickers, and I don't like people from Draper. You're 0 for 2, buddy. And I'm like, okay.
You're like, hey man, what about that love your neighbor thing going on?
Yeah, I was like, Jesus doesn't like this conversation.
Be nice to me.
So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever. And he's like, so I'm going to send you where people need you most. And so he'd send me into these wards that like a missionary had been like making out with the bishop's daughter.
Bad idea. It's a really bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, do you guys like missionaries? And they're like, no, we hate them. And so every new ward I went to, my whole goal was to get the meal calendar filled out.
Oh.
And by the time I left, we'd have it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get fed for a lot of my mission on top of that. Like,
So I don't eat sugar.
Yeah.
I don't eat, and I ride my bike every day. Okay. It all checks out now.
yeah.
So it's not like you went to South America and got a parasite.
No, it was like I was in Orlando and everyone hated me.
And it's so hot.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. But I met some amazing people. I mean,
Yeah.
one of my companions ended up playing guard at BYU. I got him to hop in the transfer portal at the time and come to BYU, and it was
Already
amazing.
recruiting before you were there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't need to call him. I called his wife. I was like, Ashley, guess where Kean's going? to BYU. And she's like, let's go.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, hey, did you call my wife and tell her I'm going to BYU?
This is obviously after the mission.
Yes, after
As
the mission.
clarification, you don't get married on your mission. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really cool to see the connections you make.
And
how
so
it plays
she
out.
sided with you before he could even have a choice?
Yes, he had been at SUU 2 years already.
Yeah.
And I knew that he was going to get his associate or his undergrad degree.
Yeah.
One of the smartest, coolest people I've ever met.
Yeah. That's cool.
But he ended up playing guard at BYU for a couple of years, and now he's a lawyer and actually got paid to go to BYU law school because he's that smart.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it, dude.
Yeah.
And what he graduated in, I would assume 17 or so?
Yeah. 2017.
Yeah.
Then he graduated with an MPA from BYU, and then he got into BYU law school, and he also got into like University of Virginia. He got into all the top 12,
So cool.
and they're like, hey, we'll pay you to come to our law school. You don't have to pay.
I accept.
Yes.
And I don't have to move.
Yes.
Is he still here locally practicing?
Yeah.
In Utah?
Oh, he's fantastic. He's a corporate attorney. He's the best of the best.
That's incredible. I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Principles, man. It's a weird deal. You live by principles, things seem to work out pretty easily.
Yeah, and it's any industry.
Yeah, it
But
really is.
I think sales are like really the top industry for a plethora of reasons. But if you can be an elite salesman, you can get anything you want out of life.
100%. I 100% agree with that. And the biggest reason for that, the elite salesman, and this is my opinion, but I think that it is laced with all truth. So I'll take it as truth, not my opinion.
Well, I agree with that, especially in my vertical.
Yeah.
Because if I lie to one of my clients, it's not just that client. There's a ripple effect in this industry because it's so small.
Yeah.
Where
Everybody knows who War Room is real fast.
Yeah.
Especially if you suck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've seen multiple companies come in, promise A, B, C, and D, and not deliver.
Yeah.
And when it's that small of an industry and you don't deliver, you're done.
It's so true, dude. But the elite salespeople, and this is exactly what you're doing. You're providing, going back to what you're saying, you're providing a product that makes you look like a rock star, makes your client look like a rock star. Mm-hmm. And so the elite salespeople are helping people get what they want. And it's a very ecological exchange, meaning it's a win-win-win across the board. And so if you help enough other people get what they want, you can have anything you want.
Absolutely. I don't deal in things unless it is a win-win.
Yeah.
Because if you have one party that's not happy at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Right in the hindquarters.
And
Yeah.
I have no problem like introducing people, doing all those things, but it's got to be a win-win.
I agree.
And I love it when you do have those things.
Yeah. I agree 100%, man. That is cool. Well, Moose, tell me this. What nuggets do you have? One more nugget. If you could share anything with anybody that is in the sales industry or is in the competitive environment, like what's one thing that you would want to sell to them so they would be sold on themselves?
I think it's most important to understand that you can believe in yourself through the goals you set. So my first year in War Room was terrible.
Yeah.
I did $5,000 of sales.
Moose, that is terrible.
It's really bad.
I'm just validating you.
Like I sold 5 high schools.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I was like, my wife came to me. She's like, yeah, this is not going to work. You need to go coach again.
But 5 high schools at $1,000 a pop is a big deal, dude. That's a win.
Except for if that's all you make for the year.
No, that
you're in
part's
trouble.
not a win. I'm just trying to find the silver lining here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured it out at the end of the sales season. But when you're able to understand that you can do anything and you have those people around you that believe in you,
Yeah.
then you can accomplish really anything.
Yeah.
So set your goals appropriately. Make sure you're looking for what you want out of life and you're going to achieve it.
I love it. So set your goals appropriately. Make sure you're looking for what you want out of life and you're going to achieve it.
Yeah.
And the only way to set your goals appropriately is to actually know what you want out of life.
And that's the same for dating, looking for college, whatever.
100%. The prospects that you're trying to sell, all of the things.
Dude, selling my wife on me, easiest sell in the world. I'm a man dime. Her understanding that
agree.
was a tough sale. I was like, I know I'm super cool. You need to figure this out too. And she's like, I don't know about that. Dude, like,
But you did.
I was really laughing one day. I took her to, it was a football coaches retreat where I took her. So she was sitting by Kalani, Tom Holmoe, Ed Lamb, all these people.
Yeah.
And after the dinner, I was like, did you like it? Because I'm like, I'm killing it. She's like, what company do you work at?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I work for BYU football. She's like, oh, I've only gone to one game. And I'm like, oh, I swung and missed on that date. I was like, I blew it.
She's like, I don't even know who these people are.
Yeah. She thought I worked for like a law firm or something. And I was like, dang it. But she actually was really funny. She's like, I want to marry someone that like can actually be successful because I'd like to have this type of life. Yeah. And she was really wrestling with it because she's like, the only coaches she knew were high school football coaches.
No monies.
And she's like, I guess if you want to be a high school football coach. And she thought Kalani was basically a high school football coach. And she's like, he probably makes like $3,000 a year.
In a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a minute.
And
maybe.
I'm like, Kirsten, it's a little different, but we figured it out. And she is so supportive, so awesome. Cool. And she's been a great rock for me.
Dude, that goes back to what Trost was saying as well on his podcast, dude. That's the biggest decision of your life, right? The biggest sell you ever have. Yeah. Is I'm a man dime, buy me. That's it, dude.
Can you believe I'm a man dime?
I believe it.
I think I'm a 10. Do you think so?
And even if you don't, I'll get you there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. It'll take a minute.
I love it, dude. Well, Moose, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime.
Thank you for taking the time to come out all the way down and you're headed to Lake Powell?
Yeah. I'll be there for maybe 3 days. I get motion sickness. Man. Maybe a week. We'll figure it out.
Houseboat?
Yep.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what Lake Powell is.
Go.
Heaven on earth. It is incredible. So thank you again, Moose.
Anytime.